My doctor's face wrinkled. And you found the younger woman's remarks too acerbic. Well, I felt the old dame warranted a degree of respect. My boyfriend, my best friend at the time, disagreed, saying that perhaps the younger woman's response had been a little sharp-elbowed, but after all it was no more than these boomers deserved with their access to cheap loans and something about housing that I never quite understood. I'm surprised that was his response. Oh, are you, Doctor? Well, perhaps you aren't quite as worldly as you pretend. I shall let that pass and respond merely that in my view the story's most notable feature was not the age difference, but the fact that this person had been developing spontaneous erections at the mere sight of women in the regular course of doing her shopping on an average workday. I should say that was a sight more unusual. Who are you, Sherlock Holmes? Notable feature indeed. I don't think there's anything wrong with becoming involuntarily aroused in the course of one's daily practice. And I shall thank you to adopt a less moralistic tone in future. I can only imagine that it rather hampers your work here at the Transsexual Medicine Center in San Francisco. Well, as regards your specific complaint, I should think it perfectly obvious to anybody hearing this that I didn't really speak in this bizarrely affected patter, and that it is entirely your invention, which is to say that it is the affectation of an English professor on the cusp of middle age, desperately trying to appear cool to people significantly her junior. But in any case, that brings us in a roundabout way back to the point I was trying to make. You came to this clinic to seek help feminizing your body. We have supplied you with that help. Indeed, your body is amply feminine. Who could deny that you have breasts now and a soft, silky pelt, quite unlike the rough hide of a male? And now your penis, he really leaned into the word and then repeated it, your penis is no longer capable of generating or sustaining erections. This, to put it bluntly, is a feature of the treatment plan that you and I have devised. It is not, so to speak, a bug. I could see his point. There was no use pretending I couldn't. Now, could we reverse this? Certainly we could. Nothing would be easier. I could set new doses and you would find yourself plotted on a course back down to town. Diamond cutters by sundown, I shouldn't wonder. Yet, and I invite you to reflect on this for a moment, all this would mean would be that we had changed course, turned the clipper astern, so to speak, and sailed back upstream. I am very happy to do so. Indeed, I do so frequently, and there is nothing wrong with it at all. I want to emphasize that once more, if you will. Nothing wrong with it at all. He seemed oddly keen to emphasize the point. You must simply let me know what you wish. I am your servant. I make the cuts where you ask for the cuts. I make hard things soft at your beck, and soft things hard in turn. Guide me. I stood with a strong sense that he had given me all the options, laid the tools in front of me, and made the choice very clear. Though I would mourn the erections, I would be grateful for the efficacy of the treatment. Indeed, I would accelerate. As I began to open the door and make my egress, I tossed back a smart little aphorism with which the good doctor could do his work. Is the name I have heard people use to describe progesterone supplements, though I have also heard the term used to refer to estradiol itself. The case for reserving the term for progesterone is that progesterone is frequently prescribed, despite nobody knowing for sure that it does anything, except for, it is rumored, enlarging one's breasts. My breasts became larger after I started taking it, and I had to sign a form indemnifying the clinic in case of breast cancer. Progesterone increases risk, apparently, but I think that just means that it helps to make more breast tissue, which can become cancerous. This is an oddly actuarial way of thinking about cancer, but I suppose it makes sense. The case against reserving the term for progesterone is that there are plenty of people who claim that progesterone has no effect on breast growth. I simply have no idea. I'm not that kind of doctor.